Well, hey, Team Vitality. It's April Fool's Day. Did anyone get fooled? I actually got fooled. Shauna Mucklow was an executive in LifeVantage, not on our team, but she had posted something crazy, and I was totally believing it until the very end. But other than that, it's Dave's and my 36th wedding anniversary today. Long story why we got married on April Fool's
Congratulations.
Day. Thank you. And sadly, he is not feeling very well. He woke up yesterday and anyway, so he's not here tonight, but I know he would have wanted to announce the invite contest we have. Well, first of all, for all you newbies, I see some new names here. Welcome to the team. I see Carla, Dawn. So happy to have you on the team. I am Christy Vogt, EC3. My husband Dave is usually here with me. We're in Colorado. And we threw out at the very beginning of March, threw out a contest for inviting. So people would get points for just having a conversation with people and sending them a tool and or getting them in front of an overview so they all carried points. So we tallied everything up like literally 10 minutes ago because poor Blake, he was in the contest, but he drives a big rig and is driving. So he's pulled over now, listening in on the call. So thank you, Blake. How awesome are you? Okay, ready? So first place for the invite contest, which first place gets for a comped global convention ticket if they already bought one, or a free global convention they can use however they want, valued now at 199, or $100 from Dave and I. We threw that out before corporate said they would give us some comp tickets. So Blank, I'm pretty sure he's going to take the global convention ticket for winning first place. You got first place at 340 points. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. You guys, Blake, and we'll have to share a at
Yay.
another time when he's not driving, but Lindy flew up to South Carolina where Blake lives, and he just invited everyone he knew to fill up the living room for, presentations that Lindy helped them with, and brought on the total of like three new consultants that are on the team, and Carla and her husband Kyle are actually coming to convention. Congratulations on making that decision.
Yes.
Smart move, smart move. I'm so excited to meet you in person. Anyway, so congratulations, Blake. I mean, that's awesome. And then Karen Castro, second place. Karen's out in South
Yay.
Florida. And Karen, again, you guys, there's a theme to this. She had posted an overview that Suzanne went up and helped her with and invited everyone she knew, right, to come in. And 185 points later and $50 for winning second place. So congratulations, Karen. So proud of you and
Thank you.
Suzanne. And then Miss Suzanne leading the way at third place. So 25 bucks for third place, but we also threw out a special contest for the MC leader. So managing consultants one, two, or three, whichever one has like the most people on their team that did the invite contest. So Suzanne gets $100 for that. So congratulations, Suzanne. You rock. And you were like in it to win it and in it all month long. And I really appreciate your leadership. Dave does too, but he's laying on the floor right now. So thank you for that. Um, Enjoy all that. Give me your Venmos and we'll get you all your cash. Okay, so I am going to share the screen and we're going to get right into the training. It's like I said, it's short and sweet and to the point. I'm going to give you the visual so you can look and see what I'm talking about. So this is all about closing, right? I hate saying closing your prospects, but it's really helping them make a decision whether or not to join or not, right? And so this is our circle of success system. We've trained on inviting. So the very beginning of March, we shared on the invite to the tool. That's when we launched our invite contest, right? Then opportunity overview. We trained on following up. and then using your third-party expert, just exactly like Blake and Karen did, right? They brought in their third party to help them do the overview for their people. So that was last week's training. Now have your prospect, and they were introduced to the different tools and an overview, and they've seen enough now, so they're kind of ready now to think if this is for them or not, like make that decision. So this is helping your prospect make a decision. And you guys, like it's a struggle, even for, me that has been in for 8 years, to actually, especially with my personally enrolled people I've been talking to actually, make that close. So if you're struggling with it or you're not quite sure what to do, it's okay. It's a skill. Like all of these things we train on, it's a skill and it just takes practice, and everybody's different, right? So the more you do it, obviously, the better you're going to get. So we have put together the 6 questions to ask to close a prospect. So closing prospects with 6 questions. You guys want to know what those are? 6 questions. This is so awesome. Okay. So number 1 question, okay? I hope you have your pen and paper or take a picture of this, but is what interested you most about what you saw? Okay. At the end of every exposure, the worst question you can ask is, what did you think? Because asking your prospect what they thought about what they saw puts them in the driver's seat, able to control the conversation. You want to stay in control. So this question also invites like critique, right? And negativity. It absolutely can. So if you ask, what did you like best or what interested you the most about what you saw, this question invites positive thoughts. In fact, their answers will give you clues as to their level of interest. If they are seeing the business opportunity as intriguing, or did they say that they liked the products the best, right? Like, are they intrigued with the products? So this will kind of help guide after that. So the second part to this question is, can you see how this can be a solution for you? Right? Like, you want them to, you have to help them create a vision for kind of the future, and you want them to see themselves with you. Like obviously Carla, right, saw herself and her husband being able to do this. So you kind of have to help guide them to that. So question number 2, on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you to get started? So number 1, not being ready at all, and 10 being like ready to do it. Let's do it. Jump in with both feet, right? How interested are you right now in this opportunity? So again, we're talking about the opportunity, you guys. And I'll get to that here in a minute. Not just closing them on the products. When you give someone a full overview, you want them to see the whole picture of Life Answers so they can choose, whether or not to do this as a business, because just as many people are up at night worried about how to pay off their bills as they are about their health, right? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you to, or how interested are you to get started with this opportunity? So again, this will help you gauge their level of interest and how much more help that they might need to make a decision. So you're going to get, if you get 6s, 7s, and 8s, that's great. They're right there. It just is going to take a few more questions after that, right? Or if there's like at a 2, that's actually still not bad. They didn't say no, right? They're at a 1 or a 2. That's good. So it's really just what tool, what's the next thing that you can get in their hand to educate them more to get to the next level, right? It's just about following up with tools, get them educated until they feel good enough to actually make a decision. So, they might just need another exposure for sure. Okay, question number 3. Okay, so how much would you need to earn to make it worth your time and effort? So now we're starting with asking a hypothetical question, like based on what you've just seen, if you were to get started with this company on a part-time basis, approximately how much would you need to earn per month in order to make this worth your time and effort? Ask them what level of income would be interesting for them. Do not tell them what they could make. Listen to find out what they want to make, right? We need to be super good listeners. So listen to find out what they would want to make to change their life and to reach their dreams. So supporting the question, excuse me, another question for them to kind of think about. I love this question is if you don't make any changes right now to your current situation, what does your life look 5 years from now? Again, you want them to, so many people, right? They live in the moment. They're just like getting up, they're going to work, picking up their kids from school, making dinner, getting their kids to bed, going to sleep, getting up again and starting all over again. And like literally like living paycheck to paycheck just to get by. They don't even have time to think about, 5 years from now. They're just getting by day to day to day. And how many times have you heard one of these days, I'm going to like take a look at what you have. One of these days, I'm going to get healthy again. One of these days, I'm going to start eating better. One of these days, I'm going to start exercising, right? Like, and sometimes, and you've seen it, like one of these days sometimes never comes. Like it can be too late. So, um, again, this helps them just stop in a moment and think, okay, what do I want my life to look like 5 years from now? Like how old, maybe they have little kids right now. And, 5 years from now, well, let's just say they have like medium kids right now. So 5 years from now, they're going to be graduating, right? So, oh my gosh, like 5 years from now, I would love to be able to help my kids in college. Or, 5 years from now, we're going to be empty nesters. I hope that we can start traveling again, my husband and I, whatever it is. You want them to look at the future and to think, okay, well, if I just keep doing what I'm doing, am I actually going to get there in 5 years, right? So help them create that vision because that's going to pull them to their why and to their dreams. Okay. Question number 4. How many hours could you commit to each week in order to reach that income? Again, you're listening to what they would be willing to do, not what you're going to suggest. The next question, 5, how many months are you willing to work those hours to reach your income goal? So, find out how much time they're actually really willing to invest to work the business. Because again, we want to set the right expectations. We don't want them to just, join and then think that, by doing a couple things and working for a few days, they're going to start making money, right? We want to set the right expectations so they're prepared, and you're prepared. So, question number 6, now we're bringing it all together, guys. If I would you, right? Always, if I show you this, would you listen? Would you watch? Okay. So if I could show you how to develop an income based on their previous answers. So working, I know an income of this amount that you said that you wanted per month, working how many hours a week over the course of how many months, right? Would you be ready to get started? If I could show you how to reach your goals like that, would you be ready to get started? So you're asking them again to look at their future and their dreams and offering them a way to get there. So you want to act as a consultant. I actually meant to look up the word, like define the word consultant. We're consultants. So we know we've got the bigger picture, right? We know what is going to help our people. We know what an opportunity we have in our hands. So we need to help consult them. We can't put them in the driver's seat. We want to show them that they can do this. So help guide them towards their realistic expectations. So someone might say that they'd want to make $20,000 a month, working 5 hours a week, and and want to accomplish that in 2 months, right? You have to remember that you're acting as a consultant for your people, and that you're going to have to be realistic with them. So tell them that if it's what they really want, then one of those numbers are going to have to change. One of those 3 numbers, either the amount of money you want to make, or the time that you are willing to give it, or the amount of months, right? So let's look back at all of this and make some changes, and be realistic. So with this closing method, you guys, you're going to get more prospects to sign up because you're really listening to what they want. You're not telling them what they want to hear. right? And you're setting the right expectations, but you're not, again, you don't want to tell them how much money they're going to make and how long it's going to take them because you don't want to set that bar. Like I wanted to go out the gates and I had executive in my head. Like I was willing to set aside a lot of things, a lot of time with friends and family and whatnot to get to reach my goals and blah, blah, blah. And so if my enroller would have set the bar really low, I would have been, well, what? I don't know. I want more than that, or if she would have just led with the products, I would have not even joined probably because I was not in a position to just buy products. I needed an opportunity. So I know you guys have so much belief in our products. And I know that when you run into somebody that is not feeling well or is totally into preventative whatever, you know the power of our products and how they can really help people's quality of life, right? So you're going to be a little bit more assertive, you're going to have really strong posture about it. But do you have that same posture when it comes to offering someone the opportunity? So using these 6 questions will absolutely help that. So again, with any skill, you guys, it just takes practice. Practice makes perfect. And please don't forget to bring your third party person in at any time during this because they will be able to help your guide with these questions as well, right? So you're learning until you get it, right? So we're just wrapping it up with this. Are you ready to get started today? You guys give them the link with confidence and gratitude, or help them enroll right there and then. I can't tell you how many times I have been on a 3-way Zoom, right, with the consultant and their prospect, and I've helped them to close and the prospect's ready to get started. I can't tell you how many times that consultant is like, okay, well, you have a good night now and I'll reach out to you tomorrow, with my link. No, like if they're excited and ready to get started, like I'll share my Zoom. I'll ask permission. Hey, do you have, 10 more minutes and let's just get you enrolled now so that we can walk you through the packs, and get them started right there and then. So don't be afraid to do that once they say that they're ready. So finally, a call to action and resources. So I posted this yesterday morning, the mastering objections. There's 21 common objections that we get in network marketing. And you guys, it comes with like some answers and then a place to take notes. It's a really cool booklet. So this is in Team Vitality. So this is your call to action. Right after you get off this, take 3 more minutes to get this and download it so you can read through it this week. Go to Team Vitality Facebook group. At the very top, it says guides, then scroll down to guide 4. Download this Mastering Objections. You're going to love all of the stuff that's in here. And here are some of the questions that get answered in this. I don't have the money. How many times do we hear that? I don't have the time. I already have a good job. I don't need something else. I want to try the products first. I'm not a salesperson. I've had a bad experience with MLMs. I need to think about it. So I hope this helps you guys. And let me know what you think about this mastering objections. So gives you something to work on this week. Thank you for being here so much. And love and appreciate you all. See you next week.
Thanks, Christy.
You're welcome. Thank you. Get some sleep now.
For sure.
Thanks, Christy. Happy anniversary.